Hey everybody, welcome to today's show. As always, my name is Juan Rodriguez. I'm coming to you live from the Great American Sports Network Facebook Live page. And today, it's going to be a great show today because today is the third episode of the Silver and Bro Show. In a minute, my brother will come on, but Raider Nation, how about it? How about that first win in that brand new stadium in Las Vegas, huh? Over a great New Orleans team. They've been competing for trying to get to the Super Bowl for the last couple of years, and to get that victory is just getting us all pumped up. It was a great victory overall for everybody, and it was awesome. Again, my name is Juan Rodriguez, Great American Sports Network, and it was fun. That Monday Nighter was a fun one. It was a good showing of what the team can really do. There's still some improvements that need to be done, but overall, just to get the win over Drew Brees, over Sean Payton, and that New Orleans Saints team overall, it was amazing. It was amazing for the team. It was amazing for the city, and I think the NFL is quite pleased about the turnout with as far as, they couldn't have any fans inside the stadium, but the fans out of the stadium, they were ready to go, and, everything was fun. Everything was fine, and everything looked good. So with all that being said, again, the Raiders came out with a victory yesterday with the final score of 34-24 over Sean Payton and Drew Brees' New Orleans Saints. And it didn't look good in the beginning. It was kind of a New Orleans being New Orleans in the very beginning, and it just didn't look good, but somehow the Raiders held tough. They held through, and they came out with the victory with, opening the playbook for Derek Carr. And, in the third quarter, there was a couple hiccups, especially that Jalen Richard fumble. But overall, they came together, they came through, and everything was fine. So I think what this really showed was, overall, the heart of the team. This is a new team. Derek Carr said it yesterday. Oh, here they come again, or here we go again. It looked boom after that fumble, but they came back, defense came back strong, and everything looked good. And I think we are now joined by my brother, Julian. You there, bro?
Yes, sir, brother. How you doing?
Oh, man, I am good. I am on cloud nine today. How about you? How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Did I call it or did I not call it last week? Tell me.
You called. I mean, it wasn't the score that you called, but you called the win, and that's as good as it can get right there.
And I said the Raider Nation was going to be going crazy, and we were, man. From all the videos I seen, plus us right here watching it, I mean, man, it was on. It was on and cracking, brother. You know it.
Oh, man, and then, watching it at your garage yesterday, and, just all the screaming, all the, just the positive vibes that we got throughout the game, it felt good to get this win. Not only because, yes, it was Monday night, yes, it was the home opener, yes, we're opening a new stadium, but just for the morale of the team, because the Saints are no joke. They are a no-nonsense team, and to get a victory over them, I think it should help them boost their morale just a bit moving on.
For sure, man. I mean, come on, dude. They beat the Saints. I mean, that's, you could say top 10, maybe top 5. I don't know. It just depends on who you talk to. I mean, for them to beat them, and I would even go as far as to say kind of manhandle them. Wow, bro,
I mean, because in the beginning, it looked like it was not looking good. The Saints were just rolling. They were doing their thing, and it was not looking pretty. But somehow, that team just came together, and they just said, not today. Not today, and they got the win at the end of it.
Oh, dude, yeah. I think there was a certain point in the game. I want to say, if you go back and look at the film, probably the last 2 or 3 minutes of the first quarter, I kind of looked at the team, and I kind of felt like they felt they were getting embarrassed. You know what I mean? And I think that's where they were like, hey, man, come on. It's a new stadium. Let's not do this, not on the first game. regardless, it should never be allowed. But I know that they probably looked at each other and was like, dude, this is going to get embarrassing if we don't stop it right now. And they started to come up, man.
I mean, to piggyback what you said, I think, what people have to understand was, if people stayed for the post game and they saw the interviews, one interview that I did get taken away from was the Derek Carr one from ESPN, where he said, well, the second we fumbled and we have the lead and it looks like it's going good, we do like a dumb turnover and it's like, oh, here we go. Same old Raiders. They're going to Raider the game. Woe is me. And they didn't. They just came back and they said, not today. The defense held strong. The offense went back out there, scored that touchdown, and they did the same thing again just to show that they had confidence in Richard to score the game last touchdown. And then, Daniel Carlson kicks the three-pointer, and that was sort of the game. That was the dagger, the 54-yarder by Daniel Carlson. What a beauty. Overall, what a beautiful game.
Yeah, for sure, man. Kind of go back to what you said. When they gave Richard back the ball, it was the same exact play on the one he fumbled on. So You know what I mean? It was awesome to see that, and I've heard it before. I want to say like last year or the year before that. Whenever they have interviews, they kind of even talk about how whenever a player kind of gets down or stuff like that, they'll give it right back to him to kind of get the morale up. You know what I mean? So I know that they probably did that to be like, hey man, don't hang your head. We're still in this. Let's go, man. Gave him the ball back, and man, that was awesome. That was awesome to see him to get that touchdown. It was like, all right, we're back in this.
And with this, it's always good to win, but to say that there's not any negatives, that would be kind of erroneous. I think the only three negatives for me this week, the first one was that defensive line again. Other than a couple pressures here by Arden Key and then Max Crosby with the slot, there's still no pressure. When Drew Brees threw that interception, Hurst got to pressure the middle for Drew Brees around his legs, and he threw that interception. It was a nice grab, but again, they said it. We've had the fewest sacks now for the last 5 seasons, and it shows. We're getting no pressure again from the defensive line, and it's just a same old story with these guys.
Yeah, and it kind of sucks, man, because the year before last, we spent a 4th-round pick on Farrell, and I'm not seeing the production yet, bro. I am not seeing it. I know I see a lot of people that talk about him and saying, hey, it's not about the sacks with him. There's other stuff he does. That's great and all, but when we're not applying any pressure to the quarterback and he's passing all over the place, that all goes out the window, man, And again, this is going to be I want to say the second, third week in a row. Crosby, man, where are you at, bro? Where are you at? We need you. You know what I mean? So,
other than the pass that he did, I didn't really hear a lot about him. He did get a holding call on him, which was good, and it was a hold. I think had he not held, that probably would have been a sack, but it is a shoulda, coulda, woulda,
Right. I think, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's mental with those guys or it's something like, here's something that I heard from Paul Gunther. He was saying that in between the week, he doesn't see that on practice. He sees them rushing the passer and, looking good, but it's just not translating to Sunday, man. And it's hurting us big time. Yeah. If we want to be serious, if we want to be a serious team, dude, like people are already talking today, oh yeah, maybe they're top 15. Maybe they can even be top 10. Not with that pass rush. Not with that.
They really got to bring it, especially this week, which we'll bring up a little bit against the Patriots. Sort of the second negative is Eric Harris. To me, it's like, look, it's a great story, dude. You outplayed a bunch of people that we keep bringing in. You outperformed them in camp. You kind of had a coming out party, but there was a couple weeks now, like the first 2 weeks, it's like, dude, you're taking bad angles. You're kind of late to the punch. And we can't afford that, especially if you're my last line of defense. Like, we can't afford that. You know what I mean?
No, definitely, man. Look, the deal with Harris, man, and we've said this a lot of times. Sometimes, you're drafted in the area that you're drafted at for a reason. And not to say that he's never going to become a great player, not to say all undrafted players are never going to become great players, but I mean, dude, it's just I think it's a lot of talk with him. That's why I think he got the captain's patch. But it's again, dude, it's not translating to Sundays. Taking bad angles, that was that one touchdown. I think it was Kamara. He took that bad angle and just, they slid right by him, dude. It's like, come on, man. We need you out there, man. If you're gonna be that safety position, that's the whole position.
Yeah. It's all about the angles with this man, and then we'll see. Because I mean, honestly, we still have cap space, and I'm gonna be the first one to say it. If Earl Thomas is willing to take a pay cut, why not? Why not? Why not get a former All-Pro safety joining a club? You know what I mean? Because we can get all the help we can get, especially defensively.
Yeah, I would say. Now, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer or whatever, you know what I mean? But with Earl Thomas, man, I don't want to mess with the team how they're gelling right now. And from what I know from Earl Thomas, which is not a lot, I just don't want anybody to come in there and kind of mess that up, man. You know what I mean? I think right now, Harris, he's not the best. He's not the worst, you know what I mean? But hopefully he could pick it up, man, for sure.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if this keeps going, and if we're in a deep run by, let's say, November, and we're in a deep run, and this play is still not improving, all I'm saying is a little extra help won't kill us, bro. A little extra help won't kill us.
No, for sure, man, especially at the safety position.
And then lastly, the third negative, no fans. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, look, man, it's cool, we have football, but it sucks that nobody was able to enjoy the game inside the stadium. But hopefully next year it's a different story and we can all have fun with it.
For sure, man. The players said it themselves, dude. Right now, with no fans there, they can't, get the juice. You know what I mean? So they have to, between them as a team, they have to root each other on, man. Will them to victory. You know what I mean? So, with no fans, man, honestly, the only thing I can say about it, at least Mark Davis was fair to all Raiders season ticket holders and not only letting in a certain amount. So you being a season ticket holder, I'm sure you appreciated that for sure.
I did. Oh yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that, but it's just, when we go though, I hope it's way better than, not being there, but those are the only three negatives I do have, but now let's just, switch it to the positive. We like to, finish this segment with positives. My first positive, John Simpson, the rookie guard out of Clemson. Look, first week, Trent Brown went down, Denzel Good came in, did his thing. Yesterday, Incognito went down, John Simpson came in. We can't ask for much other than try your best, man, especially for a rookie. And I will say this, he did held up on his own, and he deserves a lot of praise for what he did yesterday.
Yeah, man. Being a rookie, not having any snaps in the preseason and going out there and trying to hold off a Saints defensive line, it's a lot to ask, man, for a young cat like that. But he went out there and he did his thing, man. I thought that was awesome. He was able to, hold him off as best as he could. You know what I mean? Getting thrown to the Lions like that.
Oh yeah, I mean that's why that's my first positive. I think what he did, what he showed was that he is ready for the spotlight. That he's ready. Now, as far as all his tools, is there stuff that he can work on? Absolutely. But was it a positive sign to see him go out there and not make the offensive line like it's not out of sync? Maybe they have to switch something up because he is a rookie. But overall, I think he had a good game. Now let's what happens next week if Incognito comes back, or maybe he gets his first start. But other than that, it's just positive to see how he handled and how professional he was when his name was called.
No, for sure, man. And if I could piggyback off that one, and since we're bringing up rookies, the kid Arnett, man, he showed a little growth right there. In that game, he was getting burnt early. Out there just flashing his chains and making sure he looked good. You know what I mean? And it didn't look too good with all those chains on and getting burnt. But there was a play where I saw him. He kind of looked like he got shook up a little bit, went to the sideline, looked a little bit better, and got right back out there, man. And if I remember correctly, that's why we drafted him. He's a tough kid. You know what I mean? So he went back out there, got his composure, and I will say that, man. He keeps it up. He could be pretty good.
I think so too. My second positive was possibly the star of the night, Darren Waller. For the people that don't know Darren Waller, his story is incredible. From wide receiver in Georgia Tech to being a sixth-round pick for the Ravens, getting suspended twice, he contemplated retirement. As he was contemplating, the Raiders picked him up in the practice squad, and now he's arrived. He is trying to put his name as one of the best tight ends in the league today. Not just in the division, but the whole NFL as a whole, just the whole package tight end. I mean, he can block, he can catch, he can do it all. He can do it all, and it's just incredible to see the growth he's doing right now.
For sure, man. I like to call him the monster. I mean, you pick your poison with that guy, man. He's the total package, man. He's big, he's strong, he's fast, he's got good hands. He could juke you. He was a wide receiver in college, man. So as he grew in the NFL into his NFL body, you know what I mean? He just came a little bit bigger, and wow, man, just the total package. That guy is impressive, man. He's impressive, and I can't say enough of his catching skills, blocking. Nothing goes overturned with that guy. Really, really good. And it was funny because on today's John Gruden's his talk or whatever, his press conference, he was talking about. I think the word he used was astonishing. You know what I mean?
It's just, the thing was, I mean, they put a linebacker on him, he's too fast. They put a corner on him, he's too strong. They put a safety on him, he can't match up with his route running. To me, Darren Waller is that jack of all trades. He is, and I don't know what happened, and I'm glad he's turned his life around, first off, because he was in a really dark place. If anybody did watch Hard Knocks last year, they did talk about him where he came out of a dark place, and it's incredible to see how far he's come.
Oh, for sure, man. I don't know what else to say about that cat. I do have a question for you on that one. Sometimes I think they overuse them a little bit, and I don't want to say overuse them as far as like maybe the defense is always going to think like, oh man, we're going to pass it to him, double cover him. I think more or less like giving them a better chance of getting hurt, because when you use them so much like that, especially some of the passes that Carr puts out there, he just leaves them out there to dry, and some of those hits he takes, I'm just like, wow,
I will say this. I think they do have to start spreading a little bit, because, we do have other weapons. It's just, what Waller is that security blanket. So, I think, maybe one week it'll be him, next week it'll be another. But overall, it was a good play by him yesterday. We do have a statement where, Michael Mondragon. Oh, he's going back to the John Simpson thing. John Simpson, he held his own against the Pro Bowl defensive end in Cam Jordan. Yeah, that's not easy. That is not
for sure. That's what I said, and it's kind of crazy because, again, going back to it, there was no preseason. He didn't get any snaps. You know what I mean? And just to throw him in there on Monday Night Football, opening up of the stadium in Vegas, and against Cam Jordan, damn, hats off to the kid, man, for sure.
And then the last positive, last positive I have here is actually the state of Nevada and the city of Las Vegas, look, congratulations to them for getting their first NFL win. There are many cities in America that I believe do deserve a professional football team. You happen to have one. And for the citizens of Nevada, the ones who are out there, like, we get it, there are Raider fans out there, but then, it comes with every naysayer out there, like, oh, we don't need an NFL team. Or, we don't want the Raiders here. Embrace it. Because you have something that most cities in America don't. An NFL team. Believe me when I tell you this, Oakland would take the Raiders back in a heartbeat if they build them something. It's too bad now. They're in Vegas. Embrace it. This is more for the citizens of Nevada. Just enjoy it. Enjoy it because there are other cities in America that would want a professional football team, and you have one. So if you don't like it, don't watch. Don't care for it. But don't go out there and say, I hope they don't do this. I hope they don't bring this type of... Embrace it. You have an NFL team, and congratulations to the city of Nevada, or the state of Nevada.
Oh, for sure, man. I mean, dude, it's only going to be more revenue for them. As far as Vegas goes, all the hotels, the party life, and all that, that's right up our alley, man. I know I can speak for the whole Raider Nation on that one. We're party people. So we're going to be over there. We're going to enjoy. And with that brand new, beautiful stadium, I will say this. So I did see a post the other day where they were already trashing the parking lot. I didn't like that. You know what I mean? I really think, us as being Raider fans, especially a brand new house, we got to be cleaner about that, man. But Nevada needs to embrace it. I mean, we're bringing nothing but, good vibes. It's going to be on and cracking, man, for sure.
But other than that, good victory. We can enjoy it, but we have to move on to week 3. It's our old friend, the New England Patriots at New England. No Tom Brady, but they got a Cam Newton who looks rejuvenated and looks ready to take the league by storm again. So my first reaction to this game is it's going to be another one. It's going to be another one of those where the defense just has to do enough for our offense to go out there and try our best to go against the Bill Belichick defense. That's kind of what it's going to have to be. It's going to have to be another one of those. Our defense just has to do enough for our offense to go out there and try to put as many points in Foxborough, which is never easy, and hopefully that's what they can do.
Yeah, for sure, man. I don't want to call it or kind of even bring it up in this certain way, but what's going to happen when the offense really sputters? You know what I mean? I know we have a good offense and stuff like that, but defense has got to come into their own, man. I think these 2 weeks they're getting there, but that offense sooner or later somebody's going to go over there and be like, hey, you know what I mean? I think we could stop them. With some good healthy corners and you know what I mean. I think the Saints kind of going back to that a little bit, but they were a little older on the defensive side. So
I want to say older. I just think what happened was from the beginning. I wouldn't say older because in the beginning the defense was all over that offensive line and Derek Carr. They sacked him 3 times. I think they went even back to back on sacks. They were just in his face early on in the game, and then what happened is what I mentioned last week. Gruden does not have to wait till the end of the third or the fourth quarter to make the adjustment. He needed to make the adjustment. And it looks like he did. He opened up the playbook. The defense did enough. And I think what it was, the defense just, in a way, they had to respect the speed as some of their receivers. Look, Bryce Edwards, he made a catch, and he got yards after the catch. Nelson Aguilar shook a couple, got yards after the catch. Henry Ruggs, I know he only had 1 catch, but they still have to respect the fact that, oh crap, he's still fast. And at the end of the game, that's when Janoris Jenkins, who rarely does get called for, pass interference because he's a little speedster himself, because his nickname is the Jackrabbit. You don't get that by being a slow corner. You get that because you got quick feet and you keep up with these receivers. But I think what it was, the secondary had to respect the speed, and then Josh Jacobs, complementing that passing game. I think what it was, the offense just got the better of the Saints defense yesterday. I think that was the only difference.
Yeah. Going going back to the Patriots, though, man. This week it's going to be difficult, man. It's going to be difficult. It's going to really show. Some people might even have the Patriots, a little bit higher on their bracket over New Orleans Saints. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look, the Raiders, I get it. You beat the Saints, good job. But there's more to it than that. Now you have to go out there and you have to at least try to hang with them. You have to try, because from the last 2 weeks, the Patriots look good. The Patriots have looked good. They kept up with Seattle. They did good against Week 1, but you have to keep up with this team to at least get respect. If they go out there and they get blown out, then all that talk about, they beat the Saints on Monday night, it was all for nothing. It was all for nothing. They have to at least keep up with the Patriots this Sunday coming up.
Yeah, for sure. And then, Bill Belichick, man. I mean, Tom Brady could be gone, but Bill Belichick is a mastermind right there. So, think about it. Bill Belichick will never put a squad together with a weak defense. They're going to bring the heat, man. You know what I mean? He's a smart cat. Everything that we've been showing or whatever, he's going to do everything in his power to try to, stop us. So, watch out for that, man. I think, we're really going to see what our offense got against these guys.
For me, this week, what I'm looking forward to, or what I have to see from offensively, just keep doing what they're doing. The unit is that offensive line, which again, credited to Tom Cable. It did not look out of sync the second Incognito went down. It looked the same, and credit to him how it all worked out. But again, the offensive line has to hold up, because you are right; they are going to bring the heat. And, these receivers have to get open, and they have to get open quick, and their running game has to be strong again. Defensively, they have to bring it this week. They have to bring the pass rush, because Cam Newton can beat you in so many ways. He can beat you throwing, and he can beat you by running as well. So, overall, that's what it's going to have to take. It's going to have to take. They're going to have to win the battle on the trenches on both sides in order to have a chance to beat a team like New England.
Oh, for sure, man. I mean, the Patriots showed it on Sunday night against the Seahawks, man. They were right there. You know what I mean? They had them on their heels, and you're not going to sit here and tell me Seahawks are not top 5 for sure. You know what I mean? So,
Seattle had to come through at the 2-yard line to stop Cam Newton to finish the game. That's how close the game was. We're talking about 2 yards that Sunday Night Football game. That's the difference. Yeah. That was the difference. 2 yards. And honestly, the rest of the NFL, we screwed up. They screwed up, man, for letting Cam Newton go to New England. They screwed up royally.
Yeah, he's just embracing it over there, man. He's embracing the culture, and the way Bill Belichick has it over there. They're not they don't embrace losing, man. They want to go all the way every year. You know what I mean? So he's out there. He's gonna do his thing, and it's gonna be us. It's gonna be on us to stop him, man. So big test for the defense this weekend for sure.
Oh, absolutely. So we're at the point of the segment. We're gonna look for one player on offense, one player on defense, and then one player on special teams. I'm gonna start with the offense as always. Trent Brown. And my only message to him is, if he sees this, is look, do you want to be here or not? Because there was even a comment, even whether it was you or my uncle, as we were watching the game and they showed him on the sideline, and somebody blurted out like, "Oh yeah, Keith Mama's big guy. You enjoy that paycheck. You earned it." And he was on the sideline, and it is getting a little frustrating because I can understand his part too, where it's like, okay, you're going to make $21 million this year. After that, you're only going to make $14 next year, and if we cut you, we get that back, and there's no dead cap. There's no dead money. So I can understand maybe he is trying to save himself for next year, but if that's the case, tell us now, and it's either do you want to be here or not. That's the only thing I got to say for Trent Brown.
Bro, all the Raider Nation talks about the same thing, dude. It's the cap number. It's the money that we're spending on this guy that's killing us. I mean, when everybody saw him on the sideline, just cool, calm, and collective, I lost it. I just cannot believe it, man. You know what I mean? He's got his gold chain on. He's chilling back, collecting a $21 million check, and we're over here, getting our, brains bashed in on certain areas of the offensive line. We're just depleted. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. It's the cap number. You know what I mean? If it was a guy that, that's what really kills us at the end of the day, for sure.
I think there was a one point during the game where they're like, yeah, the Raiders spent $54 million on this offensive line, and half of it is to Trent or something like that. And it's like, dude, that's embarrassing. Like, dude, we need you. Now, look, I'm not going to sit here and say, like, that's how good has not done his job, because he has done as good a job as what we could ever ask for a swing lineman to do. But we need him, man. And if it's all about the numbers, then tell us now. Either tell us now, or we'll see how it goes for the rest of the year. That's the guy I'm looking for in offense this week. Defensively, Damon Arnett. I know week 1, the stories were out, the article was out, he gave out a perfect passer rating. Okay, he's a rookie. This week Nevin Lawson came back, he still played, and he still gave up a couple catches, but he's kind of improving. He is a good tackler, but now it's like all about trying to, hey, you gotta stop him. Because better than a tackle is stopping the pass. And he's going to get there. It's showing little by little that he's going to get there. And for Damon Arnett, it's, look, don't worry about the stats. Don't worry about the numbers. Just do your thing. Whatever you did at Ohio State, do it here. Do it here. We know you can play. It's just up to you to just show it. That's what I'm looking for defensively, is Damon Arnett.
Yeah, for sure. Damon Arnett is, dude, again, going back to it, these rookies didn't have a preseason. I mean, they barely even had a off-season workouts and stuff like that. So he's learning on the fly, man. But you could already tell, he's got the talent to do it. And, I really hope that Mullen, him being thrown into the fire last year, kind of could maybe, coach him up a little bit and say, hey, man, this is what I did. This is what, how I prepped for it or whatever. And I'm sure he's helping him out a lot, because if we could get those two to be some good corners for us, man, that would be awesome, to really get our defense where we need to be. When's the last time that we could say we had two young, talented corners, man? That would be amazing.
Last two talented corners, I would say Charles Woodson and Eric Allen. That was a good one.
I would say Nami and Stanford Route for a while. They were okay. Stanford was okay. They were okay.
I mean, Nami was the all-pro, but Stanford Route was like a solid contributor, I would say.
Yeah. He was not the best, but he wasn't the worst. He made some decent plays.
And then special teams, it's actually what people are probably going to become more confused about. Jalen Richard. Look, man, I understand, dude. You're not going to get a lot of plays, and when you do, you made that one fumble, forget about it, man. You are a special treat. Like, we need you for every phase of the game, whether it's on the passing game, hand you off the ball, special teams. Look, you have to do your part too, because you are an important piece to this team. You are a very important part to the team. If you can just give a little bit more, we would be in a way better position. I know 2-0. How can we be in a better position? Well, I'm talking about on the field. Better yardage starting, better, for the offense on the opposing team to start farther, whatever it may be. But if Jalen can just step it up one more notch, we got a very special contributor to the whole team in all phases of the game.
Yeah, for sure. As far as special teams goes, man, I'm going to go back with Daniel Carlson. Sometimes I kind of look at it, and I don't know if it's just like a jerk move for me, but I get it, 2 54-yarders, to, really get us on top. But sooner or later, man, I would like to see him get automatic on that. Right now, he's doing it. I get it. Last year, he kind of sputtered there for a minute. But it's going to come a point in the time, man, where it's just like, hey, man, we're going to call on you. We need him. You know what I mean? Those got to be a little bit more automatic. And, I'm not saying right now. I know right now it's going good. But, that could turn like that, man. Before you know it, he can get in that funk again like he did last year. And, I don't want to see it, man. I want it to become automatic. We're going to need him. If we want to be great, dude, we have to be able to get those 3 points when the offense sputters, dude.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree to all that. So that is actually going to wrap it up. I'm actually waiting. Do we have any questions today? We do? Well, yeah, let's shoot them out. Shoot them out those questions, and we'll give you answers. See what we got.
From Michael Rodriguez. Would you put him in the elite level like Kittle and Kelsey? I believe it.
He's talking about Waller.
Would I put Darren Waller in the elite status right now? If he keeps going at the pace that he had last season, and at this pace that he's having right now, I would say yes. If he keeps up the pace, then by the end of the year, his name should come out, not even the best in the division, but one of the best around the NFL. The kid is, again, from what Gruden said, astonishing. And, Bill Belichick even gave him praises too, where he said, we have not seen a tight end like that in a long time. And remember, he had Gronk for all those years, so that's a big praise. So hopefully he doesn't get into his head. But if he keeps up the pace, I say yeah. Bro, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to him right now, man. He's top 5 for sure, man. I don't know, Kelsey, Kittle, they're good in their own, in their own way. But man, it's hard to not put, Waller on in that area right now, man. I mean, you seen what he did yesterday. You know what I mean? He's got it all, man. He's a total package. You know what I mean? He's top 5, and I'll even go off a limb and say he's probably top 3. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, he's got it, man. I don't need to see any more. I'm sold. And to tell you the truth, we're really lucky. Yeah, I'm good, and we're really lucky we gave him that contract last year, because this year that contract would have been double. That kid is balling.
Yeah, no, this kid, he's special, and I wish him nothing but health and just another great season. Thanks, Michael.
For sure.
Any other? We'll keep them coming. What do we got?
Cody Ambeck. Kansas Chiefs.
Okay.
We may finally have a little competition this year. We'll see.
Hold on, man. Look, it's just week 2, man. Let's see what happens when we meet you guys. I think, what is it, week 5? Let's see what happens there, because remember, the Raiders got the Patriots this week, a tough matchup, and then they got the Bills the following week. That's a tough one, and then we got you guys at Kansas City on week 5. So let's see. Pump the brakes. It's only been 2 weeks. Everybody just, as happy as I am that they won yesterday, let's pump the brakes and let's see how they do against New England this week.
Well, the Chargers took them almost. They took them to overtime.
They did.
I mean, if the Chargers can do that, why can't we? You know what I mean? It's about time. I think, it's about that time we start at least, maybe taking one game, splitting the series at least.
Because as much as I make fun of the Chargers, we don't have a pass rush like the freaking Chargers. That's why.
That's it.
Thanks, Cody. Thank you. Any other ones, or what do we got?
So, from Bruce Campbell. That defense was horrible. 7.4 yards per play allowed.
Yeah.
If the penalties weren't one-sided, the outcome might have been different.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this much that a lot of people are not bringing up, and I'm glad he did. This team has been very well disciplined the last couple games. They've been very well disciplined. It's kind of different because to only see 3 penalties on the Raiders, I'm like, did the rest take a day off, or what happened? Because I think there was a post today by a former UFC champion, Daniel Cormier, who's a Saints fan, and he's like, man, these refs, calling everything on the Saints, and it's like, I'm gonna talk to everybody that's watching this right now. You're gonna get no sympathy about penalties from Raider fans. You're not. Year in and year out, growing up as a kid until now, the Raiders were always on top of the most penalties allowed. You're gonna get no sympathy from me from penalties going one way. So you could stop right there, Mr. UFC champion, Mr. The refs. It's like, don't give me that. No sympathy for me. Like in that movie, Spider-Man 3, you're going to cry? Cry then. I mean, that's why you're out of the UFC anyway. What What do you think, bro?
You know, man, honestly, I don't know. I did see some of the plays yesterday. Again, I'm not no sympathy. I mean, we always get horrible calls, but some of them were iffy. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, man, you know,
Look,
some of them were like the holding on Ruggs, that long pass. You know what I mean? I don't ever want the refs to give us the game. Some of them were iffy, though. I'll say that much. I'll leave it at that.
yeah. Sports for me, if you're going to complain about penalties to me, especially being a Raiders fan, yeah, you're not going to get sympathy from me. Go bark up another tree. You're talking to the wrong guy. That's why.
Exactly. Tuck Rule. Hey, Tuck Rule has entered the chat.
Hey, same thing I tell Packers fans. It's like, don't come to me about your quarterback problems. In my lifetime, you had Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. All right? Don't give me that. Any other questions? No, we all good? All right, well, that's going to wrap it up, unless you want to give out another prediction, because it looks like that worked out pretty well last week. You got one?
I'll go with, it's hard to go against the Raiders, man. Man. Yeah, I'll go ahead and say it. The Raiders are going to take this one. We're going to go, it's going to be a low scoring game. I'll go 21-20. Raiders.
Oh boy, well, I will give out my prediction tomorrow, but you have to catch that tomorrow at 7 when I pick up every game. And last week I did pretty good, 13-3, so I had a pretty good week too myself. So
yeah, you could have been a little bit better. You could have been one win better if you would have went with your own team.
Well, no, that and the freaking Falcons, they screwed it up for me too. But we don't talk about that, you know. We don't talk about that. That's in the past.
For sure, man. Well, let's hope. Let's go Raider Nation. Let's get another win, and let's keep this train rolling, man. You know, let the beer flow like wine, baby. I'm ready.
I'll see you Sunday at your garage, bro. That's gonna do it for us. I want to thank everybody who participated. I want to thank everybody who joined in live. This video live will be on the network's YouTube page, Great American Sports Network. Please subscribe to them. It is a lot of fun videos, from interviews from former players, videos like this, and next week we will recap the New England game and we'll get ready for Buffalo. So other than that, everybody have a good night. Bro, you take care of yourself. I will see you Sunday, all right?
Got it, man. Let's go. Let's go, Raiders.